Many years ago, when I was age 15 and visiting my Aunt Jean, I had worked up the nerve to ask her to dress me in my cousin Sally's clothes. I had always been especially fond of Aunt Jean. I enjoyed spending 2 weeks with her each summer. She seemed so easy to talk with, much easier than her sister, my mother. Aunt Jean was divorced from her husband. She and Sally had lived together until last year when Sally moved away for college. My spending the 2 weeks of summer vacation with Aunty Jean seemed a good time to ask her. But what would she think if I asked her such a question? I had a lifelong desire to dress in girls' clothes, but I did not know why, and I had never talked to anyone about it. I had sneaked a few things of my mother's once in a while and did the same thing with my sister Nancy's clothes. But I never felt I could talk to either one of them about my unnatural desire. A few times, I was nearly found out when Nancy or Mother came home unexpectedly, and I had to hurry and change back to my own clothes in my bedroom, then secretly get their clothes back to where they were. I had gotten bold a few times, even putting on nail polish and lipstick, high heels, and one of Nancy's prom dresses. I felt so good, yet so ashamed of myself for sneaking around to do it. I thought, what if an understanding woman or girl would agree to dress me as a female and let me try being a girl under their supervision? Aunty Jean seemed like a good person to ask. Aunty Jean, could I ask you a question? And will you promise not to laugh? Billy, now what could be so mysterious? Have I ever laughed at your ideas? What is it? She asked, finding that maybe something might be wrong. Well, I have thought a long time now. Wondered about how boys and girls are different. I mean what they wear, how the things girls wear are so much different from boys' clothes. I was really stumbling over my own rushing hopes. I have often wondered how I might feel if I had a chance to be dressed up as a girl. I've been too scared to ask Mother or Nancy, but I have always felt comfortable talking with you. I paused to see if I had picked the right words, but her bemused look of concern was unchanged, so I pressed on with my desires in a rush of words. Do you think that maybe, while I was staying with you this week, you would let me see how it would feel to pretend I was a girl and wear my cousin Sally's clothes? Why, Billy, what would make you want to do something like this? What makes you think being a girl would be easier than or better than being a boy? You know that being a girl is more than just trying on dresses. You would not even get a hint of how it is to be a girl unless you did it for a week or more. She took my hands in hers as if to comfort me despite her words. There are neighbor and others who might drop in. If you were to become my niece for the next week or two, I must really treat you like a girl, you know. An uncertainty crept into my mind. Could I become good enough as a girl to convince others? But really, you're not serious, are you? Whatever gave you this idea? Is there something else you want to tell me? Are you questioning whether you are, maybe gay? No, not at all. I really do like girls. I have crushes on them all the time. I protested anxiously, not wanting her to think that, yet knowing I owed her some kind of explanation. But, unlike some of the boys who only think of girls as for having sex with, I think of girls and women as interesting, different, and for whatever reason, I have always wished I was free to dress up as a girl sometimes. But not to have people laugh at me or think I was strange. I really don't know what to do. But, I thought, if I had the chance to be a girl for a while, maybe here with you, I could see if maybe the desire would get out of my system. If I had a chance to be a girl for a few days? Well then, Billy, to satisfy your curiosity, maybe your auntie should agree to dress you up in the clothes that you think will be enjoyable to wear. But what if after a while you feel that wearing girls' clothes is no so much fun? She shook her head, thinking of ever so many questions. Will you like wearing and walking in high heels? Have you ever thought that wearing girls' clothes would not be so desirable? And, if you dress up and don't like it, and our neighbors have seen you as a girl, do you have the courage to stick it through until your visit is over? Yes. I have not thought about this lightly. I would not have asked you if I thought it was just a lark. I feel this is something I really must do. With Sally away at college, and just the two of us here for 2 weeks, I thought this would be a chance I might not have again. All right. I see you are serious about this. But since you want to try being a girl, then just dressing up will not do. We will have to show you how it might be if you were in fact a girl. We will have to give you a girl's name, keep you only in girls' clothes for several days, let you try having your hair in curler, and nail polish on constantly, everything possible to let you feel like a girl. Eventually, as you live and behave as a girl, you will probably see how much better off you are as a boy. She nodded her head in knowing self-satisfaction. Your name will be Cynthia. Cindy. I will try not to think of you as my nephew Billy, you will be my niece, Cindy. Of course, you will have to shave off whatever leg and body hair you have, except what's covered by your panties, especially if you want to look good in a party dress. To get you in a feminine mood, you must fully look female. And your body hair will grow back in time, she suggested as if testing my will to be a complete girl. Be a good sport. With my new electric razor, you won't feel a thing. Nervously, I wondered how long it really might take for the hair to grow back. How could I explain it when I went swimming later in the summer? Yet, if I didn't shave, my adventure would end now. Okay, I'll shave it off, I promised, knowing that the die was cast. Once my body was shaved, there was really little chance for retreat. Good. Go upstairs to my bathroom where the electric razor is. Once your body is shaved as smooth as a girl's, I want you to take a nice bubble bath. While you are getting all dainty, I will look through Sally's things she left behind. Maybe some of her older clothes, which were smaller, would fit you nicely. After I was completely shaved, I gingerly stepped into the pink foaming bubble bath to soak in wonderful ease as I heard my Aunt Jean in her bedroom. Then it dawned on me that she might expect to see me naked in order to dress me as a girl. I bathed, dried, and dusted with the girlishly smelling powder she handed me through the partly open door. Uncertainly, I wrapped my now all too dainty form in a bath towel to nervously enter the bedroom. Aunty had me stand naked with my back to her as she slipped a pair of Sally's nude-tone spandex panty briefs up my legs, which smoothed my loins. Seeing my embarrassment, she half giggled with amusement as she ran her fingers over my body to use her razor and skin cream to remove what little body hair I had missed. Aunty then plucked my eyebrow hairs with a pair of tweezers until I feared that all that was left was a thin ultra-feminine line that would not vanish in 2 weeks. Satisfied with denuding me, she reassured me that my feminine brows could be brushed into a shaggy masculine look by demonstrating the change before the vanity mirror. And as I sat looking at the growing femininity of Cindy's face, she set my longish hair into rollers. Now that you are wearing only your underpants, I mean your lingerie, we can get proper measurements, she noted, seeing that my modesty was protected, even if I was blushing over being seen so close to being naked, as she took a sewing tape to carefully measure. My, I can no longer see my nephew, just a young girl. Soon I will know you only as Nancy's sister. Now, we will be sure to get all your sizes, bust, hips, waist. We will add a few inches to your bust with bust pads. All young ladies want to enhance their nearly be look with falsies, and I am certain you will look great in Sally's. With teasing delight, she playfully touched each of my little nipples with her index finger, causing me to swallow my chagrin. Then she took the tape measure to my foot. And your feet, I don't know if Sally's shoes or mine would fit you better. They may be snug, but to be a woman is to suffer. Aunty had me sit as she gave me a manicure and polished my fingernails a lovely pink, and then had me let them dry while she went to Sally's room to get other clothes for me to try on. Before she left, she promised she would keep me in dresses the next full week. I would assume a female identity for that time as Cindy, since all the boy clothes I brought would be locked away before she returned and I would have only girls' clothes to wear. After she left, I found myself sitting very carefully with my hands on the vanity table so that my pretty nails could dry, seeing in the vanity mirror a young girl sitting, all but nude, in her panty brief with her hair up in curlers. Soon my Aunty Jean returned with a large box full of lovely things to wear, which she dumped happily onto her bed along with a camera. "Hold out your fingers, I will give your fingernails another coat of polish. Then I'll do your toenails. You will feel really feminine wearing nail polish, you will leave them painted all week, you must practice being feminine," she observed, picking up the polish to do my fingernails before taking a buff pad to smooth out the skin on my feet before giving me a pedicure to finish off with nail polish. Then to my surprise she took a snapshot with her camera. "Just for my scrapbook. But maybe you would like me to send copies to your mother and sister?" she teased, only to see the sheer fear in my eyes. "Well, perhaps for now, just for me. Now that we have your sizes, I want you to put on your female foundation garments all by yourself, panties, high-waisted panty girdle, padded bra, nylons, and slip. You will feel quite different as a high school sophomore in feminine lingerie." With her amused guidance, I slipped on the lingerie, learning from her how to cut my breasts by leaning forward to add to the falsely filled cups before raising the bra straps. Then she showed me how to roll up my nylons to attach them to the girdle garter snaps before I lowered the white silken nylon slip over my feminized form to feel the sheer delight of lacy hems brushing taut smooth nylons. "You really look girlish in your lingerie, wait until we're finished with you," she promised, looking at the start of her handiwork with a nod of approval that made me happy with the knowledge that she saw some promise in the transformation. "Auntie, I really appreciate you doing this for me. I feel so good already. Do you think I am just a sissy?" I asked in wonder over how nice it felt to be dressed so. Even more exciting than I dreamed. "Listen, girlie, I've never had a chance to do something like this. I am kind of looking forward to this. If it's a girl you want to be, a girl is what I'll make you be. Making you really pass as a girl will be a challenge for me as well," she promised, taking yet another picture as if to remind me that if I chickened out she would have a record of my first moments in skirts. With these words of encouragement, a pretty pink teenage dance party dress came over my head and was zipped up my back. Then matching pink 2-inch pumps before she draped a ruffled pink plastic makeup cape around my neck. Auntie put her arm behind my neck as she applied lipstick to my mouth with her other hand. Then she quickly applied false eyelashes, cut down to fill in where my own lashes were not so full as a girl's. This was followed by a hint of eye makeup and highlighting blusher suitable for a young teenager. She combed my hair out into a feminine style before removing the cape to add clip-on little gold earrings, charm bracelet, necklace, and a woman's watch to complete my transformation. She then walked me to the full-length mirror to show me how pretty I was, as she took more pictures to add to her collection. "Cindy, be a good girl now and change out of your dress, I'll unzip you. After some more makeup is on you, we will dress you in another outfit and I will take pictures of you, in case you want to show your mother or to Sally or Nancy. You will really see how it feels to be dressed like a girl all day, every day. If you want to change back right now into your boy clothes, go ahead if you can find them, otherwise you must stay a girl all week," she laughed, and then, seeing my wistful gazing in the mirror, she continued by asking, "Young lady, Cindy? Are you really familiar with what you want? How many times have you dressed up as a girl before? Maybe I should give you lessons in being a girl, so you will know how to look and act sweet. If you really want to look nice, you will have to let me train you properly." Auntie couldn't keep from giggling as she sorted through clothing items scattered on the bed, as I stood there waiting for the next outfit she wanted me to try on. My makeup was freshened, to be applied expertly in a glamour girl manner, more professionally than I would have expected. She had me practice dressing and undressing, each time putting me in yet another set of panties, nylons, a panty girdle, padded bra, full nylon slip, and black high heels with straps. After a spray of perfume, she put my arms through the sleeves of a silk blouse to be buttoned and zipped up. Aunty showed me how to sit with my skirt straight and my legs crossed, saying that, with a little practice, you could go to school as the new girl in town. Aunty showed me how to use feminine mannerisms, walk in high heels, and to quickly apply makeup. She said that being female was more in the mind than between the legs. And she promised, "I will work with you until you are a perfect little lady." She took a whole roll of pictures of Cindy in many poses and outfits. And before we both knew, it was time for me to put on a nightgown and go to bed in Sally's room, which was to be Cindy's room as long as she stayed in petticoats as Aunty Jean's niece. I enjoyed being dressed and treated as a girl. The expert help and advice made me feel wonderful. I fell asleep with my hair up in curlers, dreaming of my new life as a girl. The next day, as she awoke me, she supervised me expertly as I dressed and made up, wearing a knee-length full-skirted princess-styled yellow cotton dress, saying I would stay a girl all day, that maybe my parents would like to see how pretty a daughter they had. Then as we went down to breakfast, which she announced I was to make, she got out her videotape camera explaining that she planned to film me in each of several different outfits during the week as I lived the life of a girl. Then she planned to play it back each day so she could coach me better and might improve myself as a girl. I will continue to teach you how to practice acting and walking like a girl while you are doing all the household chores I would expect any high school girl to do. Then after supper I will give you further charm school lessons in being a girl. It is so delightful, dressing you as a female. I look forward to keeping your nails polished, your body hairless, and making you be a girl. You will spend hours in learning to walk, talk, and act as a female. Maybe you would like to try going out in public as a girl. But you would have to use the ladies' room only. I will show you how to keep your skirt and slip out of the way as you use the toilet like a woman. There is much to teach you about being a woman. Dressing you up is more fun than I thought it would be. Fun is what it's all about. You like wearing nail polish, makeup, and high heels. You envy pretty girls who do so. You long to be a female just like them. Then what difference does it make that you're a boy? Males in panties, bras, and dresses might not be appealing to everyone, but as long as you like to do it, and I enjoy helping you do it, let's enjoy it. I will let you become the woman you pretend to be. Are you enjoying being obedient and girlishly submitting to my dressing you as a lady? I just might send you home in a nice, feminine outfit so everyone can see you as Cindy. By then you will have learned more of the niceties of being a woman, from applying makeup to walking through town in high heels as a woman, including being whistled at by men who do not know you are not really a girl. I was looking forward to Aunty Jean making me be a woman all week. At the end of the first week on Saturday night, as she helped me to get ready, she announced how she would really do me up for the evening out, as a reward for being her niece all week long. She had me take another perfumed bath, and again she shaved my boy hair, to get the ones we missed before. She set out everything she wanted me to wear. I couldn't help but feel feminine and girlish. Aunty handed me a pair of black silk panties. They felt so nice going up my smooth legs. She fastened a black bra behind my back, and placed breast inserts in the cups. The bra was in lace, matching my panties. The weight of my bra straps was delightful. Next came a waist cincher. It reduced my waistline nicely, then a black panty girdle, with its padded hips and buttocks to give me a feminine shape. She hooked a black lacy garter belt on me, and proceeded to roll seamed nylons up my legs. You should be feeling pretty sexy by now, she told me. Those black nylons look so sexy on you. Aunty adjusted the toes of my nylons, slightly displaying my polished toenails. She slipped the open-toed heels, with slingbacks, on my girlish feet, saying they would be appropriate for an evening out. The heels were fairly high, but comfortable. They were of white patent leather, 4-inch heels with buckled straps. I carefully slid my feet into them. It was a fantastic sensation as my polished toenails peeked through the open toes of the shoes. Aunty knelt down and buckled the straps. Then she had me stand. I teetered a bit, then walked over and sat at the vanity table. I felt very feminine in my high heels and looked forward to wearing my pretty dress. Aunt Jean took the long black slip from the bed, had me put my arms through the straps, and she slid it down over my shoulders and smoothed it over my body. She admired my girlish appearance as she began to apply my makeup. Aunty frosted my eyelids in blue, penciled my eyebrows, added long false eyelashes and eyeliner. I felt so feminine as I blinked with my false eyelashes. Next came blush on my cheeks as she used a brush to finish feathering it out. A gold necklace and dangling earrings came just before my curly blonde wig. "You will have more fun as a blonde," she told me, as she hairsprayed my wig. Soon a delightful, pretty woman stood watching me. It was my reflection in the mirror. I loved being Cindy as Aunty helped me into my long-sleeved frilly blouse and buttoned it up my back. She had me step into my skirt, being careful not to snag it with my heels. She slid it up over my hips. It was a dark slim skirt and matching jacket. She buttoned it and zipped me up. "Now no one will know you're a boy," she said, as she applied fresh lipstick to my mouth. After she finished, we left in the car to tour the town as an auntie and her visiting niece. My confidence was building. I felt I would be able to carry out successfully my new female role.